just joining, welcome in. Thanks for coming. I am watching the Indie Game Awards, and essentially it is a award show run by 61 Indie, and I believe we've got awards, we've got some showcases coming up, lots of fun things, many different really cool categories. Serious Shard, it's not going to be the Exhibition 33 Awards, because one thing that I think is really cool about how 61 Indie does their award shows is that it can only have one, like I think it has a maximum of 2 categories, I believe, that a game can be voted for. So we were a part of the judging committee. There was also a whole curation committee. We have a big Discord that we're in. So thankful to be a part of it. We got asked to be a part of it as JK Games. So myself, Jerica, and Josh all got to accumulate our votes for each category. So that's pretty cool. It's really fun to be a part of and like to get to watch it. Kayla's solo stream, holy shit, it's me. On my new PC, and then she's not crashing, which we love. Oh my god, y'all. I know I'm just yapping, but I went from having a 1070 to having a 5070. It's really nice. Yes, Jerica needed a night off. She streamed like 4, I think she'll be like at a total of like 4 or 5 nights of being on content. So we'll give her a break, I guess. Game of the Year nominees can only be nominated in one other category. Thank you, Josh. I appreciate it. Jerica just played this game. We talked about it. We have an episode coming up on Monday with No Small Games, Kate and Emily, and they convinced Jerica to play this game. Keep Driving, because she had it on like her list. Have I ever streamed alone before? Yes. I have. Not anything like this. I've done like game streams. Like I used to stream Fortnite and Overwatch before. I did a tiny bookshop stream. We had that for Video Game Book Club, where I did like the drink a sip of wine every time I came across a book that I'd read before. That was really fun. Hi, Cater Blossom, she's here. They're also streaming. Go send them some love. I don't know how to do anything. How do I shout them out? Josh or Jerica, do you know how to shout people out? We should shout out No Small Games. I did run out of one. Their account name is No Small Games. Oh wait, is that? No, that's not their Twitch name. Cater Blossom, if you're listening, what is your Twitch name? Yeah, Keep Driving, allegedly rad, according to Jerica and Cater Blossom and Emily. Hi, Squeaky. I made an unreleased edit where it's just Kayla sipping wine. That actually was really funny. Oh yeah, Pipstrilio and the Cursed Yo-Yo. I'm not gonna give away, well, I guess I could give away. I'm not gonna give away my votes yet, but this was really fun. A lot of these games, I'm really excited for you guys to see them, because a lot of these I hadn't had on my radar or like had personal investment in until the Indie Game Awards. And I think that's kind of the whole point, right? It's like we've had a lot of really popular indie releases this year in the like game space. And even in the Game Awards, we had a bunch of indies nominated for Game of the Year, Blueprints, Exhibition 33, Silksong, Dispatch, which is really cool, but also it's cool to give smaller games some attention too, so yeah. This one's fun. Not normally my vibe, but I did play a little bit of it. I think there was a total of like 83 nominees, and I played like 30, no, I played like half. Because we just ran out of time, unfortunately, but played a lot of them. Shimomura? Maybe. I'm looking it up. I think I played like 60 something. Yeah, you did. Oh yeah, Game of the Year. So these are the nominees for the Indie Game Awards Game of the Year.
Feeling caught up? Good, because the 2025 Indie Game Awards start right now.
Oh yeah, I wasn't late. That was the pre-show. Perfect.
Welcome to the 2025
Oh,
Indie
Kingdom
Game
Hearts.
Awards.
Thank you, Jake.
My name is Mike Towndrow.
And I'm Kyle Stevenson. Whether it's late at night or early in the morning where you're tuning in from, we're so thrilled to have you here celebrating indies with us.
Tonight is about the human beings who drive our industry forward, folks who pour their hearts and souls into the experiences that bring us a bit of light
Should I
in
turn
a dark,
off
scary
YouTube
world.
captions since they
No
have
game
captions
announcements,
too?
razor-sharp
Yeah, I got you.
mascots, or Hollywood icons, just the people behind the games we've all poured countless hours into.
The IGAs are a representation of indie professionals coming together to deliver the definitive celebration of the indie scene. 6-1 Indie might be behind the production and organization of everything, but tonight wouldn't be possible without our fellow indie game showcases, members of the games media and institutions, content creators, and more. As cliche as it may sound, it really does take a village to organize a show.
They're
bringing
super
with
nice.
diverse
We got to
voices
talk to them
from
a
across
lot.
the industry.
We also have to take a moment to show all the love to our sponsors for literally putting their money where their mouths are to support tonight's festivities. Without you, I wouldn't have been able to afford this suit jacket. See, we listened to the feedback from last year.
You do look good, buddy.
Thank you. You too, Kelsey.
Why are the captions not
It bears
turning off?
repeating
I
that
tried
the
to turn
IGAs
off
are
the...
strictly an awards-only ceremony. I love to tell you all about Hotline Miami 3, but that's not what tonight is about. It's about recognizing the achievements of independent developers and their
Hotline
games over the
Miami.
past year. Here's a quick rundown of how it's all going to go down.
All of our nominees have either launched in 1.0 or early access between November 1st, 2024 and October 31st, 2025. To ensure a diverse selection of indie games across all categories, each game can be nominated for only one general category. This rule doesn't apply to the community management, community picks, and game of the year categories, as well as categories from our fellow indie game showcases. And of course, games developed using generative AI are ineligible for nomination. For a detailed rundown of eligibility and how our nominees were selected, head to the link at the bottom of the screen.
Remember,
Heard that,
tonight is a celebration. If your favorite game leaves empty-handed or wasn't nominated at all, that's okay. There are a lot of indie games out there, way more than we could possibly feature on this show. As we head into the holidays, please keep being a supportive backbone for your favorite indies and the people who created them.
Need a place to start? Head over to the official IGA Steam event. That's your hub for all of tonight's nominees
Oh, I
and
didn't know they
more.
had a Steam event.
Gift a game to a friend for the holidays, treat yourself during the break, or just hit that wish list button on anything that piques your interest.
Perfect. Okay, enough preamble. Let's get into the evening's first category.
Let's go.
Our first presenter is hard at work crafting the latest and greatest in witch tech. Please welcome Anna Hollenrake from Electric Saint.
Hello, my name is Anna Hollenrake and I'm the creative director at Electric Saint. Our first award shines a spotlight on a whole new wave of incredible voices that have recently joined the indie scene. Launching a game for the very first time takes a lot of creativity, guts, and commitment. And in this industry, that's no mean feat. So, with that in mind, our nominees for debut game are Discounty by Crinkle Cut Games, Fretless, The Wrath of Rift Sun by Ritual Studios, Isla, A Frosty Glide
This
by
game was
Magic
so
Rain
good.
Studios,
I'm trying to remember what we voted for.
Sorry We're Closed by Ala Mode Games,
That's a wacky one.
Claire Obscure, Expedition 33 by Sandfall Interactive,
We probably voted for that one.
Tyrant's Realm by Team Tyrant, and the debut game award goes to Claire Obscure, Expedition 33 by
Expedition
Sandfall
33
Interactive.
awards. It's so good, y'all. I'm so sorry. But I promise they're not all gonna be this, okay? There's plenty of other games that'll come up.
Thoughtful implementation of accessibility means games can be enjoyed by everyone.
Here to celebrate a few developers making that the standard for our industry is Lori Kate Dale, founder of Accessibility and the Accessibility Showcase.
Hello everyone, my name's Laura Kate Dale. I'm a disabled gamer, accessibility advocate, and host of the Accessibility Summer Showcase. I'm honored to be here today to introduce the nominees and winner for the
oh my
Achievement in
god, this is
Accessibility
monumental.
Award. Over the past 5 or so
Re-downloaded.
years,
Let's
the video game industry
go.
has come forward
He's in
leaps
his
and
giving
bounds
second
in
chances
terms of how
era.
we standardize accessibility for disabled players. However, perhaps more impressive to me are the ways that indie developers are innovating in the accessibility space, redefining who we consider in accessibility efforts, and what ways we approach helping more people to engage
Because he has to
with
for
more
charity.
genres
That's
of
right, I
games.
forgot. You did that with
Video
Barbs.
games as a medium should be accessible to everyone.
I agree.
If we love this medium, we should want as many people as possible to be able to play, and these 6 nominees have gone above and beyond in terms of finding new ways to help make sure that more people get to play the games we love. Here are the nominees for the Achievement in Accessibility Award. Abiotic Factor by Deepfield Games. This game featured impressively robust options to alter basically
Sorry about the
any
double
aspect of the
captions, I don't
game
know how
that
to
might
fix
have been
it.
inaccessible, regardless of how much it might undo the intended gameplay experience. Calm the Storm by Ludic Lima. A short narrative experience, essentially a choose-your-own-adventure podcast, Calm the Storm can be played in multiple mechanically accessible ways, including voice recognition. Peak by Landfall Games and Aggro Crab. Peak's developers have done a fantastic job regularly updating the game's accessibility in post-launch patches, responding to very granular player feedback of their accessibility support. Spray Paint Simulator by North Star Video Games. This title features robust options for motor control accessibility, cognitive
That's really
accessibility,
cool.
motion sickness reduction, and
That one
visual
was fun.
accessibility.
I didn't get to play a ton of it, but it's
Squeak
reminiscent
Cross
of
by
Power
Altoon.
Wash.
Dyscalculia is rarely considered
one's
in
really
conversations
unique.
around accessibility. Squeakcross is full of numerous different accessibility options for players who struggle with mental handling of numbers. Barista by Yofi Asi. Barista is
Josh
a
played this one and really
sightless
liked
player
it.
accessible title with charming humor and a very polished gameplay loop. A highly impressive game jam title from early this year. And the Indie Game Award for Achievement in Accessibility goes to Peak by Landfall Games and Aggro Crab.
That's kind of nice because I don't think it did it win anything at the Game Awards.
Wow, hey, thank you
Can't
so
remember.
much. It means a lot to us to receive the award for achievement in accessibility. You know, with Peak,
Yeah,
we
you can
wanted
play
to make a
Barista
game for
audio
everyone,
only without
and
looking.
making a
Was that
game
one
for
on
everyone means making it
itch.io?
accessible. We honestly didn't have a lot of good accessibility options at launch since it was a pretty hastily made game. But for us, it was important to listen to feedback from the community and do our best to add the right toggles and
This is
improve the
cool
base
that they
game
like they're
to let
getting
as
the
many
award
people as
because of like
possible play it.
the adjustments
And
they've
like with
made
Another Crab's
based
Treasure
on
last
feedback.
year, we wanted to make accessibility fun, which is why there's a button to turn spiders into Bing Bong. So thank you to the fans that made their voices heard. Thank you to everyone at both Aggro Crab and Landfall for making this game possible. And thank you to the Indie Game Awards.
New for this year's ceremony, the Indie Game Awards expands globally to highlight developers who offer different perspectives through their craft. From nominations to selecting the recipients, our new regional and specialized categories are being led by partner showcases and festivals.
Kicking off this new initiative is Ben Rausch, Program Director of Africa's first annual Destination Indie Games and Immersive Arts Festival and Conference.
Hi Indie fans, I'm Ben Rausch joining you from Cape Town as the Program Director of Playtopia, Africa's biggest indie games festival. Every year, the Playtopia Arcade exhibits a selection of works that celebrate indie games at their most creative, original, and well-crafted.
I mean, high school
To
trying
curate
to turn
this
everything
exhibition,
into a Bing
we
Bong.
spend the year hunting for outstanding titles and have a free, open
Look at his
submission
guitars in
system
the
where
background.
anyone can send us their games for consideration.
That's
At
cool.
Playtopia 2025, 105 games were exhibited, and 55 of those games were created by devs from Africa. We're honored to have been invited to curate the nominees for the African Indie Game Award. I hope that this award will be something that inspires African devs to continue crafting excellent games for a global audience. I want to take this
Yeah, Lilo
opportunity
Core,
to
did you guys
encourage indie
hear
game fans to support and share the work of African devs. And I want to send the hugest of high fives to every single African indie that's making and sharing games with the world. The 2025 nominees for the African Indie Game Award are Bruin Boogie Get the Milk by McDog, Finding Father by Studio Bow and Pressure Cooker Studios, Flibius McDougal and the Mysterious Flying Machine by Unsigned Double Collective, I Kill Ya by All Day All Night, Metavoidal by Yellow Lab Games, and Stick It to the Stick Man by Free Lives. And the Indie Game Award goes to Stick It to the Stick Man by Free Lives.
Nice. I didn't play this one, unfortunately.
Congratulations to ourselves, and congratulations to all the new games coming out of Africa.
Funny. A lot of these games are goofy, but in like the best way.
One of the new categories we're introducing is something we're super excited about.
Indie Vanguards.
These 5 independent developers are just starting their journeys in the indie scene, already impressing us with bold debut projects, game jams, and even demos.
Let's take a look at the first member of the inaugural class.
Hey everyone! I just want to say what an
I love
enormous
that they all
privilege it is
have
to be
little
selected
videos.
for the Indie Vanguard class of 2025 and get a chance to share the stage with the incredible talent on display in this year's show. Being here would not have been possible without the enormous support of my wife and my kids, my family, and everyone who helped me push forward in releasing such a weird, experimental, and kinda head-scratching title in 2025. A huge thank you goes out to the folks at Mod Retro for making the physical release of Shanty possible, and everyone in the Game Boy Home community, developers, players, and the makers of GB Studio, who I feel I am sharing this honor with. Time may have left these beloved old systems behind, but they still have so much more to give. From inspiring new generations of developers to offering a genuine ecosystem for developers and players to craft new experiences and push innovation forward. I think that is what indie means to me in the end. No matter the amount of access studios today have to resources, funding opportunities, influence, tools, and capabilities, I believe indies, whatever their size or capacity, embody and will continue to carry that pure and true spirit of creation into the future. They are and will always be the ones looking back into what first inspired them to become creators, tasking themselves to remind us why we love games and what makes us all fall in love with them time and again. Whatever the future might hold, I can rest assured that the industry is in the best of hands. My heartfelt congratulations to all the winners and nominees.
That was really cool.
A strong visual aesthetic can make
baby.
a first impression everlasting.
I played this Stickman game a
Co-founder
lot.
of DenkuWorks, Liam Edwards, knows a thing or two about knocking that first impression out of the park.
Hello Indie Game Awards, I'm Liam Edwards, one of the co-founders of the Kyoto indie-based studio DenkuWorks, the creators of Tanuki, Pon Summer.
I'm sorry.
And I'm here at the stunning Kyoto Imperial Palace. What better place to talk to you about the visual design nominees for this year's awards. In a world where there's seemingly endless amounts of video games being released all of the time, it's never been more important to aesthetically stand out and be unique. So here are this year's best of the best, the nominees for visual design. 30 Birds by Ram Ram Games and Business Goose Studios. Artist Impact by Mass.
Artist Impact was really cool.
Cat Detective Albert Wild by Beyond Those Hills. Eclipsium by Housefire. Machina by Tala and Jack Ko. Slime Rancher 2 by Monomi Park. And the award goes to 30 Birds by Ram Ram Games and Business Goose Studios.
I would say Artist Impact for that one, but I really like this game. I didn't really play, but it looks really fun.
I'm Laurent from Ram Ram Studio, and I'm the main developer behind 30 Birds.
And hi, I'm Colleen from Ram Ram Studio, and I'm the artistic director of 30 Birds.
Thanks a lot for the award. Thanks to the jury. Thanks for the
That's
organization.
That's us.
We want to thank our team who made 30 Birds with us.
And we hope that thanks to this award, new people may discover 30 Birds and have a great time playing it.
Well, thanks again, and bye-bye.
The strongest narratives help us connect our personal experiences with the ones on screen
Narrative,
through immersive
my
worlds
fave.
and wondrous characters. Through past relationships and spicy empires, Eka from Outer Loop Games has masterfully achieved just that.
Hi, I'm Eka from Outer Loop Games, game director on Thirsty Suitors and the upcoming Dose of Divas. A great game story doesn't just entertain, it moves you, it challenges you, and sticks with you through specificity because life is in the details. These 6 indies deliver exactly that. Unforgettable characters, immersive worlds, and stories from a unique point of view that keep echoing in your mind long after you're done playing. Here are the nominees for narrative. Citizen Sleeper 2, Starward Vector by Jump Over the Age.
Let's go. I enjoyed my time with Citizen Sleeper 2. I know Cognitive Clips are very honest. Big fan.
Lee, Violet WP, and Ken Coda Snyder. The Drifter by Parohoof.
Consume Me, also very good. I want to go back to The Drifter because I really like the aesthetic.
Mascot Agency by Kaizen Gameworks.
Josh loved Promise Mascot Agency.
The Root Trees Are Dead by Evil Trout.
Let me tell you, that's a sleeper one. So Root Trees Are Dead. If you like genealogy and like family trees, really good. Sands of Blake Manor, also really up there. Oh, this one was a tough category. I remember we spent a lot of time trying to figure out.
Goes to Citizen Sleeper 2, Starward Vector by Jump Over the Age. Congrats.
Hi, I'm Gareth Damian Martin, the creator of Citizen Sleeper, and I want to thank the Indie Game Awards for recognizing Citizen Sleeper 2 in the narrative category. It's been an incredible journey over the past 5 years making the Citizen Sleeper games, and it's a journey I couldn't have gone on without Guillaume Saint-Gelon, the game's incredible artist, Amos Roddy, the game's composer, Dan and Matt Collier, who helped me get the game on so many different platforms, and of course my publisher Fellow Traveler, who do incredible work supporting narrative games. I also would love to show huge thanks to all the players and everybody who's told their friends, who's been too much of a sicko about Citizen Sleeper 2, who've pushed the series to people they know and supported the games. I really did not believe that this is what would happen when I started on this journey.
Patrick, I didn't know that it was in your top 10.
Yeah, I'll be forever thankful for everyone who's
many of these categories were in fact stacked.
And who has felt something from these stories, so thank you so much.
Jake Twitchin said, Ram Ram Games is my new favorite studio game. It's pretty good.
Created in honor of the late beloved developer, the Mohamed Fahmy Storyteller Award recognizes an exceptional storyteller and their profound work shaping deep narratives in games. As soon as our ceremony ended last year, we knew who our next recipient would be without any hesitation. My initial interaction with this person was actually pretty funny. She assumed I was reaching out because of one particular game, but I told her that even in her games without strict narrative, her games tell a story. Stories aren't just what's experienced on screen, they're also the memories that are created with the ones you love through the act of playing. But enough from me. I think our presenter has a better story to share. Without further ado, here to present the 2025 Mohamed Fahmy Storyteller Award, the one and only Lena Rain.
Sometime in 2016, I got a random DM on Twitter that changed the entire course of my career. I was working as a game designer with aspirations of writing music for games. I had a few really amazing opportunities, but I never found the right project that let me feel like I was fully part of the team. And then I got a DM from Maddie asking if I'd like to do music for a little game that she and some friends were working on called Celeste. Making that game with the team lit a fire under me. Nothing during my
Celeste Composer, yeah. Learned about some interesting games through Dido like Blueprints. Oh my gosh, Eula. First of all, welcome. I didn't say hello to you. And I didn't realize you didn't know Blueprints
Maddie
until
saw in my music, but somehow it managed to fit right into place for the story we were all telling. And it wasn't just in the words, really.
I still need to play Celeste. I never have played it.
The way a screen was laid out, the way new mechanics and level gimmicks gave rise to a metaphoric experience. Even before dialogue was written, playing the levels felt like understanding the story of Madeline and allowed me to write as evocative music as I was able to. Now, almost 8 years after releasing the game, I constantly feel the effects that her storytelling has had on the greater community that blossomed around Celeste.
I'm the
Hundreds
movie guy.
of talented creators have also been
That's okay.
inspired to make their own levels, their own stories, their own music. Extremely talented speedrunners race
Would love to get
every
some movie
year to
recs
raise
from you
money for
sometime.
global medical aid and cancer research. At every games event I get a chance to attend, people come up and express just how much the game means to them, not as just as a fun little thing that they played one time, but as a lasting affirmation of who they are. No matter what they took away from it, no matter what it informed about them, it made an impact on their lives for the better. Games don't often do that, even if we always aspire to it. It's something that comes from a place of deep empathy and care. So I am beyond pleased to present the Mohammed Fahmy Storyteller Award to my collaborator and friend, Maddie Thorson.
Aw, that's so cool.
It's an honor to accept the Storyteller Award. And of course, I need to thank all of the brilliant collaborators I've had the privilege of working with along the way. Towerfall and Celeste were truly team efforts. I believe that we make games in the hopes that they will impact someone and maybe even inspire someone to add their own voice to the conversation. And this beautiful medium games is something that we're all building together. So to be recognized like this for my contributions to that project is sincerely the highest honor.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I feel like I have a lot more left to give. I don't plan on stopping.
High School Weekly said Celeste is very great because of accessibility.
I love making games, and I hope to make a lot more of them. So thank you, and keep making beautiful things.
Women-led Games brings recognition to the hardworking women in the games industry. Representing their annual showcases is Twitch ambassador Ash Said Hi.
Hi everyone, this is Ash Said Hi, Twitch Women's Guild lead and host for this year's IGA for the Women-Led Indie Game Award. This year we are honoring the fantastic women in game development from around the world. Expressing our unique contributions is paramount to ensuring that women
Jerica,
and
Celeste
non-binary
lover?
folk feel represented. We must remember that everyone's differences make our world more whole. There are many trailblazers in the indie game scene, creating experiences that hold a lens to the complex and beautiful demographic of gamers today. With that, let's jump into the nominees for the Women-Led Indie Game Award.
I played every one of these. Gotta support my
Cabernet by
ladies.
Party for Introverts.
I actually love this one. Vampire Ladies.
Gemporium by Merge Conflict Studio.
Gemporium if you like management sims that are cutesy and cozy.
White Knuckle by Dark Machine Games.
White Knuckle was really fun.
Urban Myth
but
Dissolution
I did.
Center
It was more of a
by
Jerica game.
Hakababunko.
Urban Myth Dissolution Center, very, very cool art style.
Spilled by Lente.
Spilled is a solo dev as well, and she's super cool. She made this whole game on the boat.
Detective, The Ghost of
Duck
Glamping
Detective.
by Happy Broccoli Games.
You might see in a future upcoming episode. All of these are fantastic.
And the Indie Game Award goes to
Yes, you look
Urban
retro
Myth
looking.
Dissolution
Yeah!
Center by Hakababunko.
Nice. Eula, this one's really good. I need to. This is on my list to pick back up. Oh my god, that was so cute.
この度はザ・インディーゲームアワードのウーマンレッドインディーゲームアワードという名誉ある賞をいただき心より感謝申し上げます。墓場文庫制作チーム一同この受賞を大変光栄に思っております。
Oh yeah, I think
こ
it's
の
like
作品
netting.
はメンバー全員の執念とプレイヤーである 会の皆様のご支援によってここまで来ることができました。これからも心に残るゲームをお届けできるよう、チーム一同努力してまいります。この度は本当にありがとうございます。
That's so cool. This one's cool. It's very much like
It takes a village
paranormal-ish.
to create a community that's not only fun, but engaging and welcoming. Please welcome Kennedy Lee Slocum, social media manager of Black Kite Games.
Hi, yeah, Jerica, really good pull to add a bunch. I have a ton of indie games on my wish list too
for Black Kite Games.
For next
and
year.
I just want to say, as I'm
we plan on having, I think it's going to be next week.
Agree,
we're doing a 2026 most anticipated on Jerica Games, so stay tuned for that.
It covers
we'll
so
talk about
much
a bunch
more
of
than
indies, I'm
people
sure.
realize. Whether it's an individual or a whole team, they're the unsung heroes that wear many hats. Handling everything from player support to keeping the community positive, endlessly researching internet slang, organizing events, and representing the personality of their entire studio. They endure a lot, but their work is vital in creating a space where players feel heard, valued, and connected. Our next award celebrates those who have gone above and beyond to foster a vibrant, inclusive community in an industry that can make it quite challenging at times, but will ultimately always need voices like theirs. Here are the nominees for Community Management. Jenny Zhao Xia.
That game was so fun. Consume me.
Strange Scaffold. Sassy Chap Games.
Oh my god, Date Everything is so good. It's so wacky, and I love the art and the voice acting.
All night.
I know our friend the Nerdlies, I believe, did a lot of streaming of Date Everything. And also maybe Mr. the Human?
Game Smithing Limited. And the Indie Game Award goes to Team Peak.
Nice. Yeah, this was one of the ones where you could be nominated for multiple.
Hey Scouts, I'm Paige. And I'm Hannah, and we're joined by the rest of our Peak community
Stop.
team, Beth and Josephine.
This is so cute.
Thank you so much for the Indie Game Award in Community Management. We couldn't have done it without the amazing help from our Discord moderators, all the content creators.
They made it in the
made the
thing.
Peak community what it is, and of course, all the Scouts at home like you. You're falling off the mountain. He's like slowly sliding off. AgroCrab was lucky to win the Community Management Award last year, but Peak was made in collaboration with our friends over at Landfall, so we get to share it this year. I'm gonna fucking die. I'm happy this award is handed to another incredible community manager and team because they deserve it so much. Landfall has been around for over 10 years and this is their first award in community
Reminds me of
management.
Minecraft tutorial where they just show their character. Yeah.
Crazy. Imagine looking at the trenches of the Steam forums for 10 years.
Hi, it's me, Hannah, from the Landfall team. The one in the trenches. Thank you all so much for this award. It's been a while to see our amazing community grow over the last 10 years, from just some people in the Skype chat about flying to millions of Peak Scouts climbing mountains. And we couldn't have done it without our amazing team, Lisabeth, who does the best support in the biz, Josephine, who just started but has hit the ground running, Liv, who backed us up during those stressful months before and after launch, Kate and our lovely Discord moderators, and of course Paige, who it's been an honor to work with on this game. We wouldn't be here without AgroCrab and the rest of the Landfall and Peak team. They're always there to fix bugs, listen to community suggestions, and support us in any way they can. And last but not least, I want to give a special thank you to the amazing players, because there wouldn't be a community without you.
Finally, we have one more person who would like to say a speech. Bing Bong, take it away.
I'm Bing Bong. Oh, Bing Bong, you're supposed to say something nice to the viewers. Bing Bong, we're live here. You can do it.
Oh my god.
Put him
this
in
is
the
so
cannon.
funny.
You need to get in the cannon, Bing Bong. This is for the fans.
Please don't.
Beautiful.
Let's go, guys.
Aww. Chaotic. That was really cute.
Hi, we're Bookie Crayon, an indie game studio from New Zealand.
We love to create bite-sized games with a strong focus on the visuals and experimentation.
Ooh, I'm gonna look them up.
With Neo Navs, we wanted the art style to be bold and loud to contrast with the quiet, sneaky.
I like that they do these little like in-between little highlights for studios.
Feels like a moving painting, with a little crowd of characters milling about in a bright and surreal world, while you and a friend try to blend in and hunt each other out.
That looks fun. It reminds me kind of like 2000s, like
to answer the question,
Microsoft Paint.
What does indie mean to you?
We like to think of indie being where you can freely create without the fear of something being wrong.
Miiverse coded, yeah.
And where you can try out the most obscure ideas just to see what happens.
And it's a place where time, budget, and technical skill limitations can actually help to push ideas into new areas that maybe you wouldn't have explored otherwise.
Me Plaza.
Thank you so much to everyone involved in the Indie Game Awards for including us in this year's Indie Vanguard.
A short runtime doesn't mean a game can't make a lasting impact. Developer Graham Reed knows how to pack one heck of a punch in a single sitting.
Clear obscurement.
Hey everybody, my name is Graham Reed, also known as Graham of Legend, and I'm a Jamaican indie game developer currently working on a small island builder called Orlands.
Ooh,
now,
island builder.
Sometimes less is more. And a great game isn't defined by its how long to beat stats, but rather it's defined by it being memorable and compelling in the small amount of time it has. Now this next award goes out to all those games, and it celebrates the short games that pack up punch, that leave you satisfied and wanting more. Here are the nominees for Bite-Sized Game. Karimaro, Beneath the Forlorn Limbs.
That game was so weird.
Fly Night by Wobble Boy. Many Nights a Whisper by Deconstruct Team and Selkie Harbour.
That game was so good. It's very interesting.
The Dark Queen of Morthome by Mosu. This game will end in 205 clicks by Insert Disc 5. And Time Flies by Playables. And the Indie Game Award goes to Time Flies by Playables.
Time Flies is funny. I am sad Mini Knights of Whisper didn't get that one. I loved Mini Knights of Whisper. It's very cool. This one basically you have like a limited amount of time, obviously because you are a fly and you have a very short lifespan, and you have a bucket list of like things that you're trying to accomplish before you die, and it's kind of like roguelike-y, I guess, because you can kind of extend your life a little bit. That's really cute. Very thoughtful acceptance things.
Frosty Games puts the spotlight on games made in Australia, New Zealand, and the Pacific Islands. Representing ANZ and Frosty Games is Amy Potter-Jarman.
Hi, I'm Amy, founder and one of the 5 organisers behind Frosty Games. Our next award honours the outstanding achievements of indies based in Australia, Aotearoa, New Zealand, and the Pacific Islands. This region may be physically separated by a whole lot of water down at the edge of the globe, but we don't let that stop us from shipping some of the very best indie games in the world, as this incredible list of titles goes to show. Here are the nominees for the ANZ Indie Award.
Abiotic Factor by Deepfield Games. The Drifter by Powerhoof.
I gotta play more of that one.
Mars vs. Logistics by Shape Shop. Proximate by Kane Maddox. Hollow Knight Silksong by Team Cherry. Tempopo by Witchbeam.
Tempopo is also very cute. It's like a rhythm game. Rhythm puzzle game.
And the Indie Game Award goes to The Drifter by Powerhoof.
Nice.
G'day. Oh, hold on. I'll just adjust this for those watching from the wrong hemisphere.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
See why we didn't make a comedy game. It would have been all dad jokes all the time.
Thank you.
That was really funny.
Amazing. I think just to be nominated alongside such awesome games was like mind-blowing. There's so many cool games that I absolutely adore that have come out of Australia and New Zealand the last year. We're really punching above our weight down here, I think. It's so cool to see. Yeah, despite industry hardships and all that stuff, like, yeah, been amazing. Yeah, massive thanks to the team, Barney, Alex, and Matt, just like killed it
in the
on
most
art.
funny way
Louis
and like
Mitch
lighthearted
from the
way.
Killer
He looks like he
soundtrack,
made this
Adrian
game.
and the other voice actors just like brought the characters to life in such an amazing, magical way.
Josh, did you play
so cool.
a demo of the Drifter?
And
Did
yeah,
we
like
get
everyone else, like, it's a
access
small
to that
team,
one?
but
I feel
there's
like
just so many people
I feel
that
like I
help.
played it, but not a
And
lot.
such
Maybe I played the demo.
such an awesome community we have around us as well. Like, really makes it possible. Personally, I think this means so much to me. It's a game I worked on for 6 going on 7 years now.
Wow.
So it's a massive chunk of my life, and to be recognized like this makes it extra, is extra special. And especially for a genre which I really adore, like the point and click genre is really dear to my heart. It's one that's not celebrated as much as some of the other indie genres, I think. But yeah, it's one I absolutely love. So yeah, that really means
Not
a
the
lot.
6-7.
But yeah, now I'll adjust this back to so I can watch the rest of the awards. Thanks again, and ta-ra.
There were 2 pieces of feedback that stood out the most from our inaugural ceremony: genre categories and the fact that you wanted to voice your support for your favorite indies. So we opened the polls and asked you to pick your favorite indies within specific genres and, of course, overall. Here are your 2025 community picks. Action game, Hades 2. Adventure game, Hollow Knight, Silksong.
Silksong mentioned.
Horror game, Repo. Interactive fiction, Date Everything.
Yes.
Multiplayer game, Peak.
So these are like from like community voted, so that like
Puzzle game, Blueprints. Role-playing game, Clair Obscur Expedition 33. Simulation game, Schedule 1.
So like these were not ones that we voted on.
Strategy game, The 100 Line, Last Defense Academy. Survival game, Abiotic Factor. And community game of the year, Hollow Knight, Silksong.
Fantastic gameplay design is what hooks us as players. Crisp mechanics, alluring flow states, and even hundreds of
Try My Man,
variations
you'll have
on
to vote
Slaying a
next
Princess.
year. We'll definitely
Tony
talk about
Howard
it more.
Arias
It's
and
a
Abby
really
Howard from
cool
Black Tabby Games.
place, like the 6-1 Indie and the whole Owen show. Like they're so nice, and it was been a really good experience.
The studio focused on branching narratives.
We're honored to be presenting the award for Best Gameplay Design, which sits at the intersection of so many things, including smooth mechanics, challenging difficulty curves, and keeping players on their toes and immersed in what they're playing.
And for us, it's mostly about giving players way too many sentences they can click on. Here are the nominees for gameplay design. Absalom by Dotemu Guard Crush
Jerica really
Games
enjoyed
and
Absalom.
Supermonks.
I didn't have like really anyone to play co-op with, but we want to try it again. Ball Pit was really fun. I actually surprised me how much I enjoyed it.
Dawnfolk by Darren Keller.
Dawnfolk is my type of game, y'all. I need to talk about this more on our Discord because it's like a...
Hades
you
2
saw it.
by Supergiant Games.
Hades 2 has captured my heart most recently.
Hollow Knight Silksong by Team Cherry.
Team Cherry, more like.
Keep Driving by YCJY Games.
Look Outside by Francis Columb.
Ooh by Nama Takahashi, Tiny
Ooh.
Cactus Studio, and Tsuyomi.
Pipistrello and the Cursed Yo-Yo by Pocket Trap.
The King is Watching by Hypnohead. And the Indie Game Award goes to Ball Pit by Kenny Sun.
Congratulations, Kenny. So many of us have lost dozens of hours to your game, and it's great to see
really
those
fun.
lost
It's on Game
hours
Pass
finally
also.
coalesce into physical form.
I did not expect to like it as much as I did, but
Kenny unfortunately wasn't able to record an acceptance speech for the award, so we're accepting it on his behalf.
Thank you so much for your hard work, and we can't wait to see what you're working on next.
It's got that like classic gaming feel, but I like the kind of back and
Black
forth
Voices
with the
in Gaming is committed to
the,
increasing Black
like, base building.
representation and inclusion within the gaming industry. Representing the growing and thriving community of Black game developers is co-founder and director Justin Woodward.
What is poppin', everybody? It's your boy Justin Woodward, co-founder of the Mixed Media Indie Exchange, and of course Black Voice in Gaming, part of the nonprofit organization Experience Studios, which was made to help underrepresented developers get access to funding, visibility, discoverability, mentorship, and networking for their entrepreneurial growth. And we're partnered with the Indie Game Awards this year to showcase some of the best and brightest Black game developers that release games in 2025. So without further ado, the Black Voices in Gaming nominees are Avid Neon by CryoGX, Althea, The Wrath of a Fairy by Marslit Games, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tactical Takedown by Strange Scaffold, Spirit Swap Lo-Fi Beats to Match 3-2
Yes,
by
Eula.
Soft
They have a
Knot
lot
Media.
of really cool like
Closed
showcases
by
and
Alamo
spotlight.
Games.
It's really awesome.
And Sunken Stones
I
by
also
Sprite
put a
Ranch.
link and pinned it for their website if you wanted to like look around some more. The Indie
And
Game
the
Awards.
winner is Althea, The Wrath of a Fairy by Marslit Games.
Hi, Cog.
Ciao, sono Andrea, sono venuto di Marslit Games e come prima cosa voglio dire grazie. Grazie per questo award perché onestamente non ce l'aspettavamo, è stata una bella sorpresa. Come seconda cosa voglio ringraziare mio fratello, l'altra metà del team, perché riesce ogni volta a trovare qualcosa di sbagliato in quello che facciamo e questo ci aiuta a creare qualcosa di migliore ogni volta. E un ringraziamento speciale
Yes, there's we didn't vote on the community categories like the spotlights like this because they have a whole like curation and voting like in the community, which is really cool.
Speriamo di vederci per il nostro
But a lot of the categories we did vote on.
Hi, I'm Gabby D'Arienzo. I'm the co-creator of games like A Mortician's Tale, and most recently Seasonal at Cemetery, which I worked on with these lovely people. Seasonal Cemetery is a completely free game where you explore a cemetery that changes in real time with your computer's date and time. The game is inspired by my own experiences exploring cemeteries, but especially during the pandemic, and seeing spaces that we often associate with death just breathe with so much life. During this scary time in the world, I found it oddly comforting to see these cemeteries change and
Why did
grow
I not
with the
realize
seasons.
this was free?
I wanted to replicate that experience for players, creating a space for them to grieve and for them to find some catharsis during hard times. I speak on behalf of our whole team when I say thank you so much to the Indie Game Awards for this honor. Something that's really important to us is the ability to make small, gentle games about difficult subjects like death and grief. And it means the absolute world to us that people like our games, that they resonate with our games, and that there's a space for us in this industry to make the kind of games that we do. I hope that this inspires, maybe even encourages other developers to make their own games
I used
about
to
difficult subject matters that are personal to them.
Aww.
Speaking from experience, I can say that it's weirdly therapeutic, and I hope you find the same catharsis, and I can't wait to play the games that you make.
Memorable experiences can punch you straight in the feels. Ria from I Miss My Friends Studio is here to share with us the 6 titles that hit the hardest.
Hi everyone, I'm Ria, co-founder of I Miss My Friends Studio, a 2-person indie team making our debut title, Fishbowl.
I'm so excited for this
Games
game.
can hit
Fishbowl,
us harder
wishlist
than
it.
we expect. The stories, the moments, the emotions that stay with us long after we put down our controller. This award celebrates indies which moved us the most this year, or frankly, made us ugly cry. Here are the nominees for Emotional Impact. Afterlove EP by Pixelnasia.
That one was really cute.
And Roger by Teary Hand Studio.
Notoriously tear-jerking.
Don't Get Your Hopes Up by Krish Raghav. Henry Halfhead by Lululu Entertainment. Wander Stop by Ivy Road.
T-Game.
Wednesdays by Pierre Corbinet's The
Dude,
Pixel
Wednesdays
Hut and Exahiba.
was beautiful, but very intense. Very emotional.
And the Indie Game Award goes to And Roger by Teary Hand Studio.
Nice. I've heard a lot of good things.
Hello, my name is Yona, the creator.
I think Cog, if you're still in here, didn't you play And Roger and you
Thank
enjoyed
you so
it?
much for selecting my game for such a wonderful award. Ant Roger is a very small, personal game, something you can finish in about an hour. That is why receiving the emotional impact award means so much to me. It makes me deeply happy to know that
I know
this
you didn't,
small
Patrick.
world
I'm sorry.
has traveled across the ocean and left an impression on
I remember
treasures.
your qualms.
To those who haven't played it yet, although it is short, I believe And Roger offers a very dense and meaningful experience. Since you've discovered the game through this opportunity, I hope you will consider giving it a try. Thank you.
The Southeast Asian Games Showcase shines the spotlight on the best of Southeast Asian games during the summer festival season. Representing the region are Samantha Lowe, RF Johan, and Nissi Arcega from the SEA Games Showcase.
Hello, I'm Sam.
I'm RF.
I'm Nissi. And we're the organizing team for the Southeast Asia Games Showcase, an initiative dedicated to shining a spotlight on games and developers from our region.
Over the years, we've seen developers win the hearts of so many, creating experiences as far off as a cafe in futuristic Seattle and as close to home as the streets of Surabaya, Indonesia.
Although developers from the region have long been a part of the global games industry, with every year that passes, we see an increasing amount of developers who create truly original experiences. It's exciting to witness the growth of the region, and more importantly, to celebrate the exceptional games released this year.
Muted. I muted myself for my keyboard because Josh told me it was too loud and I forgot. But welcome, Noah.
Typing Survival by Alias Black. Artist Impact by Mas.
Artist Impact, please win something. It was so good.
Urban Jungle by Kayla Games.
That was a really cute, cozy game too, though, with plants and design.
Afterlove EP by Pixel.
Oh damn! But I also really loved Afterlove.
Whisper Mountain Outbreak by Toge Productions. Set Up a Culinary Adventure by Copyforge. And the Indie Game Award goes to Artist Impact by Mas.
Nice, let's go. I gotta get back to this one. The art style is so cool. It's
Hello,
funny.
everyone. I'm Mas, the developer of Artist Impact. I'm truly honored to accept the Southeast Asian Indie Game Awards for Artist Impact.
Main
Thank you
character
to the
is a
judges,
baddie. No, I need to
amazing
get back to
players,
see that.
and
I
everyone who
downloaded
supported
it
us
and
along the way.
didn't really play much of
This
it.
award means a lot to me, and I'll keep working hard to bring more meaningful experience to you. Thank you so much.
Hi, I'm Alice. This is Chance.
Hello.
And we're the developers of Hyperbeat.
Oi, must kill with the bad look. Hands off the bar while I'm cleaning it.
Hyper-V is a rhythm action game with a completely original soundtrack, an ensemble cast of characters you can get to know, and some pretty
Hyper-V
deep
is your top
character
10 for the year. Wow.
Hyper-V is like a roller coaster. It's loud and then
This is my first time seeing
very
it.
soft.
It's a story about being yourself.
Yeah.
And like finding
who that is.
Yeah.
I think I need to remember. Sometimes the story we want to tell is not the one we get to.
We're really honored to be included in the Indie Game Awards.
I don't think either Alice or I could have predicted that we would have been a part of the Vanguard class at all.
This is pretty cool.
It is very cool. We never thought that anybody would play the game,
let alone like it.
Purchase it.
Yeah.
What does being an indie creator mean to you?
I think
there's some really great existentialism throughout the story. Absolutely
freedom,
love the writing
being
notes, says
yourself.
Noah. That's
Indie
awesome.
really just means
I'm gonna add it to
being
my wish list.
And doing what you love, doing things that matter to you.
Thank you.
Play indie games.
Play indie games.
Play indie games.
Oh, it's on sale for
Between Super
$9.99.
Hexagon, Dicey Dungeons, and countless other scores, our next presenter has left you bobbing your head long after you stopped playing the games. Please welcome Chipsel.
I'm Chipsel, and thanks for joining us for the Indie Game Awards. You may know me from Super Hexagon, Dicey Dungeons, Just Shapes and Beats, to name a few. I've been in the industry for over 15 years, and the community is like no other. We have the grit and the gumption to work together to make amazing things, and I think that's just beautiful. Music can pull you deeper into a game, make you feel things that you didn't expect, and stick with you long after you've put down the controller. The indie scene is really good at using music to lift the experience, whether it's a haunting melody that lingers after the credits, a sweeping score that
like
drives the story,
the
or a track that's just a
in
straight up
Orphan
banger.
Black, and she
The right music can totally transform a game from fun to unforgettable. Here's the nominees for music. Everhood 2, music by Kazakh, KMXP, Sjoerd Keller, Lumoth, Chris Nordgren, Cat God, Beat Tape, Dance Floor is Lava, and INFX.
Eula, keep your eyes open.
Hurdling, music by Joel Shock.
I unfortunately found this game slightly underwhelming, but it's beautiful to look at.
Rift of the Necrodancer, music by Danny Baranowski, Alex McCullough, Jules Conroy,
No, I
Josie
also wish I
Breckner,
liked Hurdling more.
Sam Webster, and Nick
Finicky is a
Musto.
great word to describe it.
Sonokuni, music by Don Yasakru.
Ooh, that music got fun.
Sword of the Sea, music by Austin Wintory.
Josh's favorite. Noah, you've played a lot of these games. Noah said
Wheel World
Sonokuni
by Johnny
had a
Jill,
great OST
Jin,
but didn't like the gameplay.
and Orion.
Eula said Jules Conroy is one of my biggest inspirations. That's awesome. Been watching him for like 14 years. Wow.
And the winner is Rift of the Necrodancer, music by Danny
Nice.
Baranowski, Alex McCullough, Jules Conroy, Josie Breckner, Sam Webster,
Eula, shout
and
out
Nick
to you.
Musto.
Hey, I'm Danny, music director for Rift of the Necrodancer. Thank you for the award. I wanted to thank Brace Yourself Games for making the game and giving me a job, and TikTok Games for helping us make it. I want to thank Sky Climenega for being my hand of the king and helping me so much with many musical tasks and heading up the level design, which is so important to the game. Don't want to forget the artist team, Alex, Jules,
Aw,
Josie,
I love that
Sam,
he's giving
and
everyone
Nick.
their flowers.
Without their contributions, the soundtrack would not have been what it was. Thank you so much.
A huge thanks to our level designers, David, Ella, Rox, and Dustin, for helping make some charts that really work with the music to make the game feel really fun.
Thank you so much, everybody who voted. Thank you,
Oh my
Brace
gosh.
Yourself Games, David
Eula!
Baranowski, of course, all of my other composers.
I love his hair.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm so proud of our team.
Thank you. Thank you. Rock and roll, baby.
I love the idea of them telling their team, all right, everyone, film a quick thank you clip and send it to us. It's just thank you.
Innovation drives our industry forward, and no one does it better than the indies. Here to tell us about the 6 games that push the boundaries through mechanics and out-of-the-box ideas is Cecia Castillo from No Goblin.
Hi, I'm Cecia from No Goblin. The indie scene is where new ideas thrive, risks pay off, and boundaries get pushed in ways the rest of the industry can only watch and learn from. This award celebrates the games that took bold chances, challenged the norm, and completely reimagined what's possible. The ones that remind us why it's so important to support indie developers. Here are the nominees for innovation. Blueprints by Dobubomb.
Blueprints mentioned. Chat.
Free Ride by Flighty Felon Games Inc. Gas Station Story by Enzi. PBJ the Musical by Philip Stollenmayer.
Josh highly recommends this game. It's actually on Apple Arcade, or is it just an app store in general? Ruffy and the Riverside was very interesting.
By Poppyseed Studio Inc. and Juvie Productions.
Blueprinting a PDF would be funner, you're so right.
And the Indie Game Award goes to Blueprints by
Nice. App Store. Thank you, Josh. That's where you can find the PB&J one.
Indie Game Award. I'm a big fan, as you might expect from someone who plays only indie games. And
Patrick, are you in here?
Part of the reason I play indie games is because they're so innovative, and indie devs are the ones taking, the big risks in the industry. They're the ones that are bending and breaking and birthing new genres and mechanics.
He does low-key look like George R. R. Martin.
Design
You're so
concepts.
Right. High School Weekly.
And I think that indie games are the heart of games because they are the ones pushing the medium forward. So looking at the other nominees, not just in the innovation category, but across all the categories, and there's so many sort of fresh design and concepts that I've never seen in games before. So I am deeply honored to win this award in a company of developers like this, and in a year like this, because it has been so innovative. Is it innovative or innovative? Because I think I say both frequently.
Us in the Discord earlier.
I guess that's the cool thing about winning an award like this is I'm not saying it wrong. I'm simply innovating the pronunciation. But seriously, this means a lot, and thanks to the Indie Game Awards jury, and thank you to 6-1 Indie for putting this on every year.
I like how High School Weekly you said, for the record, I actually do like Blueprints, even though I couldn't beat it. Like, we were arguing that you didn't like it. So I didn't think you didn't like it. I played probably like almost 10 hours.
Crashable Studios, and we're so glad people are enjoying the game, and it's such an incredible honor to be chosen as Indie Vanguards. And our game Wildwood Down is a slapstick comedy adventure starring a main character who has Down syndrome.
Aww.
And now our childhood friend Daniel plays this character, and he has Downs, and we grew up with him, and he's like our brother from another mother, and he did all his own voice acting, and he's like the heartbeat and inspiration
Oh my God,
of
I'm
the
gonna
entire
cry.
game. It was so incredible to be able to make this game with him. And so part of our story is that about 1.5 years into making the game, Daniel was diagnosed with 3rd-degree lung cancer, and he was rushed to the hospital. We didn't know if he was going to live or not, and it was really like a terrible time. And but fans of the game and voice actors of the game sent us videos and messages and gifts while we were in the hospital. And also while we were there, we got the news that we won this award for diversity, and we sent in a thank you for it. And it was just incredible to see Daniel watch that.
The winner is Wildwood Down.
Oh
fast forward like 5 or 6 months later, Daniel's doing like super well. He has a super high probability that he's going to live a full, healthy life, which is just incredible. So thanks so much. We're so honored to be chosen as Indie Vanguards, and
That's so
cheers to everyone
sweet.
enjoying the Indie Game Awards. Peace out, peoples.
The Latin American Games Showcase
Oh
is a
my
platform
gosh,
that
that's
strives
so
to increase
sweet.
the visibility of the video games being developed in the Latin region and by Latin Americans around the world. Representing the region is producer David Lucio.
Hey everyone, my name is David Lucio. I'm the founder and director of the Latin American Games Showcase,
I love
a
his
platform
mustache.
dedicated to uplift and celebrate the amazing talent of Latin American game developers. The talent coming out of our community is world-class and it deserves to be celebrated loudly. And tonight, I have the honor to present the Latin American Game Award,
Let's
a category
go.
that recognizes the passion, the resilience, and the original voices that are shaping the future of our industry. And the nominees are... From Ecuador,
Despelote.
Despelote by Julián Cordero and Sebastián Balbuena.
This one's very cool.
From Brazil, Pipistrello and the Course
Also
Yo-Yo
enjoyed
by
this one a lot.
Pocket Trap. From Mexico and the US, Taria and Como by Poppy Seed Studios Inc. and Juvie Productions. From Chile, Tormented Souls 2
I also
by
really enjoyed
Dual
that
Effect.
one. Very interesting. I didn't get too far, but
From Brazil, Adventure
Had a
of
fixed
Samsara
camera.
by Ilex Games. And from the Dominican Republic, Culebra and the Souls of Limbo by Gala Games. The Indie Game Award goes to Pipistrello and the Course Yo-Yo by Pocket Trap.
Olá, Indie Game Awards. 2025 foi um ano incrível para todas as produções da América Latina. E não poderíamos estar mais contentes de receber esse prêmio. O Pipistrello foi inspirado em jogos que crescemos jogando e imprimimos nele muito da cultura brasileira e da arquitetura também. Em nome de toda a Pocket Trap e toda a equipe, estamos muito orgulhosos por receber esse prêmio e queríamos agradecer todos que jogaram e
Aw.
colaboraram até então. Muito obrigado.
Noah said, I loved Culebra, Pipistrello, and Despelote. Nice. Noah, you've definitely played a lot more of these games.
Taking a project from concept
Maybe
to
even
fully
me.
realized is quite the undertaking, especially when achieved solo. Here to celebrate the games led by a single full-time developer is Jade Meadows.
Hi, my name is Jade Meadows, and I'm honored to be presenting the award for solo development. Making games is
devs.
really hard. Games are the intersection of so many different disciplines, from art and animation to programming and writing and game design. Being a solo developer means stretching your creativity across all of these specialties to bring your game to life. For about the past 3 years, I've been doing that for my game, Blue Ridge Hunting, which, by the way, is being published by 6-1 Indie, and you should totally wishlist on Steam. Whether completely solo or with the help of the remarkable contractors, volunteers, or friends, these developers each poured countless hours and endless creativity into bringing their games to life. Here are your nominees for solo development. Tall Trails by Brady Soglin.
This one's really cute.
Lush Foil Photography Sim by Matt Newell. Megabonk by Betty Nad. Naiad by High Warp.
I need to play more of Naiad, but I did really enjoy
Build
it.
by Lente.
Spilled is by far, that dev and their story is my
Vile
favorite.
Exhumed by Kara Cadaver.
It's so good. And the game is really fun.
And the Indie Game Award goes to Tall Trails by Brady Soglin.
Nice. My only complaint about Spilled is I wish it was
Hello,
longer, Noah.
I'm Brady Soglin, the developer of Tall Trails, and if you're seeing this, that means Tall Trails has received the Indie Game Award for solo development. So, hooray! Thank you! If you played Tall Trails, you know Tall Trails is a very weird, joyful game. Its themes are very close to my heart, so it means a ton to me to see other folks connecting with it like they have, so thank you all very much for that. While I was the only developer of Tall Trails, it definitely wasn't just me.
Jake's
so I want to
long-lost
also thank
brother.
Dylan Payne, the composer of the soundtrack.
It's
for
very
Tall
good,
Trails.
Eula. Thank you.
The soundtrack's amazing. It really brings the game up a level. So thank you, Dylan, for that. Also want to thank Francesca Carletta Leone for her work QAing the game, and Greg Woolwind, who designed the logo. And then also,
Oh, that's
my partner
interesting.
Phoebe,
I don't
my
know,
friends,
Josh. I
my
thought that too
family.
when I saw him
Without
say
your
that.
support, it would not have
The
been
nominees
possible
all
to
record
make Tall
acceptance
Trails. So
speeches,
thank
even
you
if they
guys
didn't win.
very much.
Maybe he
Okay,
just worded that.
That's all.
Weird.
So
Because I
long.
feel like that's weird to ask everyone maybe to record a speech, but maybe they did.
The Industry Impact Award is our chance to recognize individuals and organizations who have made remarkable and positive contributions to the indie scene. When discussing potential candidates among the curation jury, one organization consistently stayed at the forefront of our minds. Their work doesn't always get the main stage spotlight, but the impact they make is a perfect example of why this category exists. But instead of us telling you more, we've invited a few mutual friends to share some words and their own experiences.
So fun.
My name is Remy Siu, the creative director of 1000 Times Resist.
Nice.
And I'm so excited to help present this year's recipient for the Industry Impact Award. The first time I learned about game devs of color was in 2020. It was at the beginning of the pandemic, and I had just decided to abandon my career in the arts to try making games for real. It was scary, and I knew very little about the indie scene at large, beyond that there were indie games. I didn't know if anybody would be interested in the themes we wanted to explore in 1000 Times Resist. Discovering game devs of color was a kind of revelation, a reminder that there are people out there, peers, who are interested in the same things that inspire you. A reminder that the gaming community is not homogenous, but that there is, and always has been, diversity, both in the people and the games they make. It's a reminder that we should tell our own stories in the ways we yearn to, and not ask permission. There are so many Steam festivals and events out there now, but Game Devs of Color still feels like home. It's where games we make here at Sunset Visitor feel most comfortable in their own skin. So thank you, Game Devs of Color, and congratulations.
High school
Hello and
weekly.
Swadee Krap. My name is Sanat Busiyangkun, and I'm
Cut
an
and
indie
Strays.
developer based in Bangkok, Thailand. It is my honor to be here to help present this year's recipient for the Industry Impact Award. I remember attending my first Game Devs of Color Expo back in 2021. Looking back at the talks I attended, I'm honestly surprised at how much it's still affecting my work today.
I'm learning about so many new organizations tonight
seeing
too. I
someone
love that.
from my home region who was so visible in the industry. Someone who just showed the world that, hey, we make games too. For a lot of us, just existing in this industry is kind of rough, but I'm thankful for Game Devs of Color for making the space where people get to find their communities, where devs today get to experience this magical feeling of meeting someone who kind of just understands you. A space where we don't have to justify our presence, where we get to just exist, create, and share. Today, game development is more approachable than ever, yet somehow still as difficult as ever. There's still so many barriers at every step of the way, but for today, let us celebrate the work that Game Devs of Color has done for this industry, along with the work that they'll continue to inspire each and every day.
Hi, I'm C. Bedford from Alamode Games, and I'd like to take a minute to talk about Game Devs of Color and the impact that they've had on the industry. They've certainly given me opportunity to reach a further audience and be able to get what I'm creating out there to more people to see what it is that I'm making. As creators, I think, there's nothing more that we want than to connect with other people out there in the world. And at the same time, as like a player or a gamer myself, there's nothing more that I want than to find like an exciting new world that is
I'll also
just
try to
unique and special
throw all the
and
links in the
something I
YouTube VOD
haven't,
afterwards if you're watching this
explored
later
before. And I feel that is exactly what Game Devs of Color does, and they do it really well. They put in real conscious effort to find games that maybe overlooked simply because of who's creating it and who's behind the desk putting it together. And it's a real shame because I believe there's so many players who are looking for those new experiences, and they do an excellent job, I think, of trying to bridge communities together to find, I don't know, just something to connect with, something more to connect with. And yeah, I believe they are very deserving of this award, which I have the great pleasure of being part of presenting, which is the Industry Impact Award. They are very deserving of it. So congratulations, and thank you very much, Game Devs of Color, for all that you do.
Hi everybody, I'm Kat Small. I'm an independent game developer for over a decade, and I'm also the executive director of Game Devs of Color, Inc. And our mission is to amplify the creative power held by people of color in games. We are so honored to accept this award on behalf of our entire team. Now you can see the whole team here. The team is me, it's Brian Carr, Brian Chung, GJ Lee. We have so many other amazing folks that help us do our work. We have Alexia, Brittany, Danielle, Imperatrice, Hamna, Iman, Jace, Josh, Katiti, Crystal, Martin, Mylea, Sharpie, all of our partners and collaborators, just so many amazing people. And it really could not be done without every single one of those folks. So we are infinitely grateful, not just for this award, but also for every person who steps up to build the future together.
Our online conference, the Game Devs of Color Expo, started 10 years ago. Every September, we provide
Thanks for streaming this when I'm home. Yeah, oh my gosh, Josh, that's crazy.
Speak beyond token diversity 101 talks and share their expertise and best
Yeah,
practices.
this is really fun. I think we're about to wrap up soon.
The event extends beyond our global audience
And we'll raid into Dido because they're going to be talking some Hades.
Watch parties for this last expo, and they were really fun. You should go next year. We also provide a lot of other opportunities through our GDOC Expo Direct and our Steam sale, which reaches hundreds of thousands of people so that devs can show their games to so many more. Thank you so much for recognizing the effort we put in each year for building all of this.
In a world where hegemonic entities merely check off their diversity checklist in order to profit off of tokenism, only to later abandon the marginalized once it's no longer useful, we band together in solidarity, resilience, care, and celebration. We strive to be the most pro-developer community. That's why we don't charge dev fees, we don't use any unpaid volunteer labor, we pay all contributors, we make our content accessible online with captions, we provide scholarships for in-person opportunities, and we have awarded over $400,000 in no-strings grant funding to help promising game creators build sustainable businesses, forming or expanding their studios.
That's so cool.
Because we put developers first.
We invest back into the community and in the next generation of game creators. So thank you to the Indie Game Awards jury for the honor, and thank you all for the time and attention. Our call to action is for you to join together with us in solidarity. We fight to create a better games industry that is intersectional and equitable. So come visit us at gamedevsofcolor.org and see how you can take part in the movement of creating an industry where the underrepresented are included from the very beginning and not just an afterthought.
Well, we've come to the final award of the night. It's the big one.
Here to pass the torch and present Game
I
of the
really
Year
enjoyed
on
learning
behalf
about
of
them
Local
too. I
Fund
just went
is
and followed
Wout
them.
van
I
Helderen
pinned their
from
website, like I
PlayStack.
mentioned, and I followed them.
Hey
They have an
everyone,
Instagram
this is
too.
Wout from PlayStack. Last year, Local Thunk and PlayStack had
Game of the
the honor to
Year!
receive the
Woo!
Indie Game
Last
of the
one!
Year at the Indie Game Awards. This year, we are
Thanks for
delighted
hanging
to
out,
pass
everybody.
it forward to the next big game of 2025. Now, we always say indie games are the lifeblood of this industry, and 2025 has proven that once again. Now, all these nominees and some others that might have just escaped the list are all worthy of your time and recognition. Of course, there can only be one winner, so let's take a look at the nominees. Absalom by Dotemu, Guard Crash Games, and Supermonks. And Roger by Thierry Hand Studio. Blueprints by Dogubomb. Citizen Sleeper 2 Starward Vector by Jump Over the Age. Clair Obscur Expedition 33
Clair
by Sandfall
Obscur.
Interactive.
And sobbing more like, yep.
Jenny Zhao Xia, AP Thompson, Ji On Lee,
Great nominees in
Violet
this.
WP,
So
and
many good
Ken
ones.
Coda Snyder. Hades 2 by
Hades
Supergiant
2.
Games. Hollow Knight Silksong by Team Cherry. Keep Driving by YCJY Games. Pipistrello and the Cursed Yo-Yo by Pocket Trap. And the winner is Clair Obscur Expedition 33 by Central
Nice.
Interactive.
On behalf of the entire team at Sandfall, I want to say a massive thank you to the Indie Game
Oh,
Awards
look at
jury
him. Is
for
that all
nominating
30?
and awarding us with both Debut Game and Game of the Year tonight. It's an
Well
incredible
deserved,
honor,
well deserved.
and standing here among so
My
many
vote.
talented creators we admire is truly humbling. What began as a solo passion project couldn't have turned into the game Expedition 33 is
They're not
today
wearing the berets like they
without
were
the
at the Game
immense
Awards.
dedication of our dev team, our publisher Kepler, the people who believed in us long before anyone else did, and our community who helped us become what we are today. We keep an indie heart and spirit, and we are honored to be recognized
Sierra said, "Love a
alongside so
bookender."
many incredible games. Being an independent studio in this industry is tough enough, and we feel incredibly lucky to be where we are today. So we want to use this opportunity to celebrate the other games our team loved during the year. The other nominees are all fantastic, and we pretty much played and loved all of them, especially Blueprints. But we also gathered a list of our team's favorite indie games this year we want to give a shout out to.
That's so cool.
Abyssus, Tiny Bookshop, The
Tiny
Seance
Bookshop!
of Blake Manor, Sword of the Sea, and for our fellow JRPG enjoyers, the 100-Line Last Defense Academy and Trails in the Sky First Chapter. We're deeply grateful for this moment and incredibly motivated to keep pushing ourselves creatively.
That's
Thank you again
awesome.
to the Indie Game Awards for these incredible honors, and thank you all for celebrating with us. Bye-bye.
Wow, that was really cool that they took that moment to like highlight other indie games.
Second annual Indie Game Awards is officially in the books. Congratulations to all nominees and recipients, and a huge thank you to our unbelievable presenters who took the time to celebrate the scene with us.
Once again, to all our fellow showcases, journalists, content creators, institutes, organizations, and more who made tonight possible, thank you. And of course, to our sponsors for believing in the mission of the IGAs.
Finally, thank you all for watching and hopefully cheering along from the comfort of your homes. It hasn't been a good
So
year.
sorry about my
We faced countless
pupper.
layoffs and closures driven by corporate greed and the allure of AI, both in development and journalism. The outside world remains a nightmare fueled by war, genocide, and mass starvation. Here at
Mhm.
home, families continue to be torn apart, women's rights and freedom of choice remain at risk, and the safety and security of our queer, trans, and BIPOC communities are threatened every day. But you know what? Despite all the bad, we're here together tonight celebrating the good. Keep using your voice to make a
I'm gonna
positive
cry.
impact. Don't be afraid to speak out
That's
against
so
the real
good.
bad eggs who hold way too much power. Don't be afraid to show your support for Gaza and a free Palestine. Don't be afraid to be a loud ally for underrepresented cultures, communities,
Wow.
and people altogether. That voice of yours is what's going to bring out the good. Maybe one day it'll lead us to a future where a game delay is our biggest problem.
Sure would. Slowly but surely,
So
though, we'll
good.
get there. And if you're angry about anything that he just mentioned, politely read the room. The Indie Game Awards will return in 2026. In the meantime,
Hell
explore
yeah.
the
Let's
IGAs
go.
and celebrate the scene well beyond the credits rolling.
Big
Until next
Mike
time,
W's in the
thank you,
chat.
Happy holidays, and keep supporting independent, human-crafted art.
Hell yeah. Well, guys, thanks for coming and watching us. It was a pleasure getting to be a part. Obviously, as you can see, everyone at Indie Game Awards at 6-1 Indie, all of the curation and judges were absolutely incredible. Oh, there's us. We're in there. That's us. Do you see us? JK Games. Everyone's absolutely incredible. So many cool indie games highlighted. I hope that you're leaving this with some games that you've added to your wish list. Thank you for coming along to our first official judging and getting to really just, the whole goal of this too was like getting to spotlight some of these incredible games that I feel like not enough people are talking about. Very glad to have had a wonderful chat. Thank you everyone for sticking around, and we're gonna go ahead and raid Dido.